Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, into Van Buren County High School. You're watching Van Buren County basketball on the Eagle Network. I am Cade Simmons, joined by Kason Sullivan, where we have started action tonight with your Van Buren County Eagles versus the Upper Cumberland Rams here in the Brady's Printing Classic, brought to you by The Hitch and Chad Laster from Farm Bureau. Kason, exciting game tonight as we've already seen some points scored by the Rams. How are you excited to be here tonight?
Oh, I'm excited to be back in Van Buren County, calling a game. You got the Eagles undefeated to start the season. And a nice move by Sullivan there to start the game.
Sullivan opening up the scoring already, but yeah, absolutely. Very exciting. It's been a great start to the season, playing some teams that the Eagles just hoped they were able to take care of on their schedule, and they absolutely have so far, dominating through 2 games to get to a 2-0 record, and now entering tournament season, where the Upper Cumberland Rams are already putting up a little bit of a fight early on, scoring 4 points early. Lofting over the top to Scoggins, can't corral it, and it will go the other way. So Upper Cumberland has come out early on with just ferocity, has just been able to press on the Eagles, but now the Eagles going into full court press defense.
Want to apply pressure to this team without giving up too much space and without being out of control.
And that's one thing that the Eagles have a lot is discipline. They've been able to handle their opponents with just a lot of composure throughout the season. That's one thing that Coach Sullivan of this Eagles team talks about, is just being able to handle your opponents, staying disciplined. Here comes Shadrick from the corner. Shadrick's 3 is up, and that's not going to go. Scoggins is going to fight for the ball, going to get a hold of it, kicks it out to the corner for DeLong. DeLong now fighting through traffic. It's going to kick back out. There it goes for Shadrick. That will open up the scoring big time for the Eagles.
Shadrick's going to shoot it. If it makes it or not, it's going to go up.
DeLong with the tough defense here on the take by Upper Cumberland. No one guarding down home, and that's going to be easy points. So paint defense has not been starting out well for the Eagles. They'll have to fix that quickly.
That's number 25, Gunnar Giffey, with all 6 points to start the game for the UC Rams.
So quickly on, the Eagles need to find an answer to this offensive output from the Rams. Scoggins getting the screen. Not much there. Going to look around, going to kick it to the right. Just going to shoot over the top and drill it. There goes Shadrick with the dynamite strike.
Kason Shadrick can be a big X factor in games when he gets the three-point shot going.
Defense continuing to fall apart. Eagles are finally able to get a hold of it. And now there comes the steal. Mooneyham gets hold of it. And there goes Sullivan. Sullivan fighting through the defense, weaving. Look at him go. That one's not going to go. But the putback from Scoggins will. Scoggins is one of those guys that you just love having down low, being able to fight for the ball. He can play it on all 3 levels.
Very versatile player. Great getting after the ball right there to get that offensive rebound.
But we just saw a no-look pass there from the Rams, very composed, and was able to trick the Eagles' defense. This paint offense from the Rams has just been nonstop so far. Sullivan looking to the left, and the defender bites on it. Scoggins will now kick it back out. This opens up the opportunity, and this time Shadrick's 3 will not go. But I'm liking the offensive strategy so far. The Eagles are forcing a lot of mistakes from the Rams that's opening up big time beyond the arc. There comes the screen, looking around. Going to go left side. Going to heave one up. That one's not going to go. And now it's going to be taken the other way. So here comes Scoggins. Oh, my goodness, can't get the finish, but what a play. And gets his own rebound and gets it. Scoggins is just one of those players that can do whatever he wants on the court, and he's a real X factor for the Eagles.
We need to see some of our offensive players crashing the glass on those plays like that. Scoggins was able to get it off the rebound, but no one was crashing the boards to try and get an offensive rebound.
Big mistake there for the Rams, so Eagles will take over with momentum, and timeout will be called as looks like an early jump out. After a little bit of concern there on the defense for the Eagles, they jump out to a 4-point lead. And scoring big time is one thing that the Eagles have capitalized on throughout the season, Kason.
Oh, absolutely. We've had some big scores tonight, or over this season. Eli Scoggins with 27 versus Watertown, and Jack Pauken with 19 versus Oakdale in their first home matchup.
Absolutely, and when you just have that kind of versatile offense where anybody on the court for the Eagles can score, it really makes a big impact. Once again, we want to mention that this game is provided by the Hitch Outfitters and Chad Laster of Farm Bureau. We're very thankful for both of these supporters of the Eagle Network for bringing you tonight's action. Eagles will go ahead and check it in with about 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Time already ticking by. Massive gap at the top of the key. Sullivan will take the three, and it'll be rebounded by Mooneyham. Now kicking over, fading away from the three, and that time the rebound will go in favor of the Rams. But another costly mistake on the transition will give the Eagles the ball right back.
If these Eagles can slow it down and take what's given to them and stop with the mental errors on the defensive end, they could blow this game wide open quickly.
There was a chance to blow it open as Sullivan weaving through the traffic but can't get the finish. A lot of opportunities in the paint early on but have not been able to finish on some of them. Rams going the other way with it. Now they'll go cross court with the pass. Eagles doubling up on the defense. And then here comes Scoggins intercepting it on the fast break, and he will dunk it. What a play. Scoggins is an explosive player to say the least.
Eli Scoggins bringing the boom on that thunderous dunk.
And here comes more chance for transition points. Pawkin has hold of it. He'll kick it over to Sullivan. Now right side back to Scoggins. What's he going to do this time? Going up underneath, fighting hard. Will draw the contact. And Scoggins is heading to the line after a booming start for him. 6 points and heading to the line for possibly 2 more.
Yeah, Cade, that might just be the spark that they needed. Getting your best player going is a great way to blow a game like this wide open and get a lead that you desperately need.
So Scoggins will make the first free throw. In comes Walker, who will replace Mooneyham. Here comes the second free throw. 3:05 left in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, your Eagles up 15-8. Second free throw will airball. Scoggins not happy about it. So Rams will take over, but still now a 7-point lead after a big scoring run for the Eagles early on. So Eagles continuing to full court press, making the Rams slow things down, not giving them much chance, and, forcing a lot of those mental errors we've seen early on. Now going left side, Scoggins, and there it is, intercepted by Pawkin now. Tons of turnovers going the way of the Eagles. Here comes Walker, gonna tip it over. Now Scoggins kicking inside, outside Pawkin. Now Walker with all sorts of room, and that one's just going to fall off the right side of the rim, but I liked the strategy there.
That was a great possession right there. Didn't capitalize, but that was good ball movement. Overall, great offense.
What can the Rams do on the other side? They got to find some offensive momentum. They've been stuck in the mud. Left corner three. There's the dynamite they needed. What a play there from Giffey.
Giffey has 9 of the 11 for the UC Rams. Going to need an answer for him.
But there's a play by Crane just fighting through the defense with ferocity.
Tough Crane, a very improved player this year. He's going to be asked to play a lot more minutes compared to last year, and I think he has improved quite a bit.
Another mental error there. Just misplaced passes have been the name of the game so far for the Rams, and it's not entirely their fault. Some of these have just been mental errors, but the Eagles have just continued to apply full court defense that has made living just difficult right now on the court for the Rams. Not much space to create offense. Pawkin hands it off. Crane now looking for 2 more. Getting upended on the defense, so they'll kick it back out. Now here comes Walker. And Pawkin's going to shoot it deep, and there it is. We were talking about Pawkin earlier being an offensive threat with his 19 points the other night. There's 3 for him right there.
Eagles in a zone defense here. Don't want to overplay too much. Just want to keep the Rams contained.
Looks like they'll contain them there. Rebound from Crane. Eagles going the other way with it. Only a minute 25 left in the first quarter. Sullivan spinning around, backing up. Oh, my goodness. You couldn't ask for a better finisher than Sullivan on that play. What a nice shot, just spinning around and laying it up.
Great fadeaway move, using his leg to prevent the defender from getting too close.
On the putback, that one's also going to fall out for the Rams. They get the ball back again. Eagles need to rebound here, and they do. Sullivan will take it.
It worked out good for the Eagles, but that was an ugly possession on the defensive end.
Sullivan just going to lay it up for the mid-range, and the rebound will go in favor of the Rams. So now they're finding their momentum just a little bit here, but continues to struggle to make those passes. Nice defensive stop there from Crane as Shadrick will check into the game for Crane.
Doesn't necessarily feel like it, but the Eagles are up double digits right now.
And that's the impressive thing about this Eagles squad is that even when it doesn't feel like they're executing on all cylinders, they're just that type of team that can just blow you out of the water without even realizing it. And then you have to really start to mount a comeback before you even really feel like you've settled into the game. So opponents always have to be on the watch. Nice pass inside to Pocket, who will lay it up. Rebound but will go in favor of the Rams. Oh, now jump ball, so it will be Eagles' favor.
That was a great backdoor cut, a great pass, and then great hustle by Jack Pocken to force the turnover.
Walker going to kick it to the corner for Shadrick. Now Walker going on one-on-one. ISO gets past his man, opens up our opportunity for DeLong. Now DeLong will weave through, kicking it around the arc, resetting the offense top of the key, and now the Rams applying pressure. Pocken gets by it for the moment. Now setting the screen.
5 seconds in the quarter.
Going to have to lay one up. Here comes Shadrick with the dynamite. Not going to go. And that will end your first quarter. Eagles take a commanding 22-11 lead, doubling up the Rams here in the first quarter. So, Kaysen, we saw a very nice offensive explosion there from the Eagles in the first quarter. Just all sorts of scoring from whether it's Shadrick, Scoggins, Sullivan, Pocken, or Crane. Eagles had a lot of offensive options there that have just made this game easy so far on the offensive side. They just really feel like they need to clamp down on getting some of those rebounds and some of those boards.
Oh, absolutely. I think playing great on the offensive end, getting things going. Not everything's falling, but they're playing well on the offensive end. Defensive end has got to pick it up, though. Need more awareness, need more physicality, need more boxing out and grabbing rebounds.
Yep. And once again, we want to remind everyone at home that this is part of the Brady's Printing Classic. So the Eagles will have 2 more games in this tournament. Friday night, your Eagles will be taking on Clark Range at 7:30. And on Saturday, the Eagles will wrap up the tournament playing Livingston Academy. And once again, we want to thank Chad Laster of Farm Bureau and the Hitch Outfitters for providing tonight's action here on the Eagle Network. Very thankful for both of those supporters for bringing tonight's action.
This Thanksgiving tournament, something new the Eagles are trying out this year. Usually a Christmas tournament, not doing that this year, going with a Thanksgiving tournament and then having a few extra weeks off for the Christmas holiday.
Yeah, and hopefully that will give the Eagles an opportunity to reflect on these first few games, go into Christmas break, just settle down into practice and really come out into the new year with just a new amount of energy, really reflect and continue to play disciplined basketball that Coach Sullivan always is looking for in his players. Second quarter of action here about to start in Van Buren County High School. The Rams will get it started, see if they can figure out something on the offensive end. They'll go right side. Shadrick there on the defense, already poking it free. Now a fight for the ball on the ground. That one's going to be a jump ball. That will go in favor of the Rams. Oh, excuse me, no, that will be Eagles basketball. So nice defensive play there already for the Eagles to start out the top of the quarter.
Eagles switching to a 2-3 zone to open it up this quarter, and it worked out nicely right then.
There goes Sullivan. DeLong from the corner. DeLong nails it home. Everybody getting in on the three-point party. DeLong opens it up for the Eagles at the start of the quarter. Now here we go, fast break, and they lay it in despite the tough defense. Very nice play there by the Rams to open it up for themselves. But now Scoggins, and Scoggins will get rejected. Nice defensive stop there. The Rams are already starting to execute a little bit better despite that first guffaw of the quarter.
Jackson Stevens with a nice block.
Nice pass inside. Going to lay it hard off the glass, and now there will be a foul called. So the Rams heading to the line for 2.
Jackson Stevens heading back to the line after that great block on Scoggins.
Yep, Stevens is playing good on both sides of the ball. That's a really a type of skill set that if you're the Rams you want to see is someone who can play at both sides of the court right now, getting that incredible block and then going down and also drawing contact. They're going to need more play like that if they want to stay in this game. Second free throw will go in for Stevens, so that will cut the gap to 11.
Eagles want to get it in quick and push it up the floor right here.
So it looks like Sullivan will slow it down at the top, at the logo. Now trying to generate some space with that left arm. Losing control of the ball, but getting it back is DeLong, but more miscommunication. And that's one thing that you always worry about for the Eagles. I think Coach Sullivan always tries to coach this. It's like, if things start going wrong, stay disciplined, stay calm. And I think that DeLong had a little bit of issue with that there. He lost control of the ball, didn't really know where he was at. And as a result, there was the turnover. Oh, nice block underneath by Scoggins. And now a fight for the ball. And going up underneath, Mooneyham there, the one to stop. And now they'll take it top of the key. No go. Eagles taking over.
Bryce Gaw no good on the three after an excellent hustle play to save the ball.
Look at the spin move and look at the finish. Sullivan and Scoggins, the dynamic duo, making plays happen for the Eagles.
Oh, and Bryson Mooneyham with a steal.
Eagles continue to generate turnovers. Here we go, fast break, 3-on-2, and contact is drawn, so that will be the first foul generated by the Rams in this quarter. So Eagles to check it back in. Goes left corner, finds Sullivan on an island, one-on-one. Gets stuck, has to kick it back out. Now going around the ring. Can't get much inside, now kick it back out to Shadrick. Shadrick has the right lane through three defenders, but can't get the finish. Tough basket there, but unable to finish.
Higher on the glass is what Coach Sullivan is going to say going into a timeout.
And
get higher on the glass and finish that layup.
More contact generated there, so second foul committed by the Eagles here in the quarter already. So very physical quarter compared to the first. Now they'll go left side, wide open, but won't be able to get it. Gets the rebound over the top of his defender, and now Mooneyham will be the one to collect it for the Eagles.
Excellent box out right there by Bryson, and great pursuit of the ball.
Sullivan spinning through, finds it over the top of the defenders, floats it in, and Sullivan is doing everything on the court right now. He's got 8 points.
That was a great move there to add to his multiple great moves so far this game.
And laying it in, and now we've just seen sort of an offensive explosion. The Rams answer the call right back. That's kept this game at a 13-point deficit. You know, they entered this quarter only down 11, so for the most part, they've been able to control the Eagles' offensive output a lot better than they did in the first quarter. But we've just kind of seen an explosion here as of recent. Scoggins getting by his defender underneath. Now will go 1-on-3 and gets the tough bucket with the double pump.
That is a tough finish, especially with the left hand going off the opposite leg right there.
Now getting underneath Mooneyham on the opposite side. Try to do something similar to what Scoggins did on the other side of the court, but the Eagles will defend it well. Nice defense by Mooneyham. Kicking over. DeLong has all sorts of room. DeLong will lay it up, and it is good. Slade DeLong with his second three of the game. He's got 6 in the quarter.
Everything so far is looking great on offense for the Eagles.
Laying it up, no good. Now the Eagles starting to generate that defense they need as well. 18-point gap. Now a little miscommunication there. Scoggins unable to get it away after he falls down. Unable to get it to Mooneyham. And we will see Measles checking in for Mooneyham and Walker checking in for Scoggins.
Measles has had a quiet, good past few games. 8 points versus Oakdale, and he's been playing great on the defensive end, grabbing rebounds and defending well.
Yeah, and just having a player like him on a team that is noticeably, one thing that's been said about this team is they are a little noticeably shorter than past Eagles teams. So having a player like Measles, who when you're facing very tall, very tall opponents, you know, it's helpful to have someone like him who can help shut that down a little bit, and that's the exact role he's filled in recent games. 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Shadrick playing tough defense near the logo. Now they'll go right side. Eagles continuing to shut down most everything the Rams throw at them now, staying very disciplined. Now they'll chuck a three, though, and there's the big three by Owens in the second quarter. But now the Eagles trying to answer right back. Shadrick takes a step, hesitates. There it is! Shadrick with a deep three.
That is a Shadrick signature move right there, the dribble sidestep three-pointer.
Oh, my goodness, what a defensive stop by DeLong. Hands up and heads up play. Now DeLong will finish it after the miss by Sullivan. Nice play there from DeLong on both ends, on the defensive and offensive side, and he will make life easy for the Eagles as he's got 8 in the quarter.
That's why you always pursue the guy shooting a wide-open layup. You never know if he's going to make it or not. DeLong was right there behind Sullivan to grab the rebound and put it back in.
And once again, we want to shout out really quickly Farm Bureau with Chad Lassiter, who is a proud sponsor of the Eagle Network. For your home, auto, life, and business insurance needs, reach out to Chad Lassiter at 931-946-2288 or visit him at 15704 Tennessee 111 in Spencer. Thank you to Chad Lassiter and Farm Bureau Tennessee for supporting Van Buren County High School basketball and the Eagle Network.
Farm Bureau always a great supporter of the Van Buren County Eagles.
Very thankful for them. So both teams looking to recoup here as the Eagles have taken a commanding 18-point lead. And just, I don't think we're really highlighting it enough. The Eagles have scored 40 points, and we still have 4 minutes left in the second quarter. I mean, that just really tells you everything you need to know about this Eagles offense.
Nearly matching their total already versus Watertown only in the first half of this game.
Very impressive from the Eagles. And, this is going to be one of those games that if they continue to execute like this into the third and fourth quarters, it'll be one of those games that you want to look back on and be like, all right, what did we do right here? So let's see if they can continue that momentum as the Rams take over on offense. Going right side, 2 Eagle defenders, and there goes Walker shutting down the play. It will stay Rams basketball. The Eagles already getting their hands into the plans of the Rams. Going to heave it over the top now. Going to go left side. Quick passes for the Rams. Now lost one over the top, and after a little bit of confusion, it will be Eagle basketball.
2 quick double teams, some chaotic pressure, and the Rams just couldn't handle it. That was great defense by the Eagles.
Eagles moving noticeably quicker here, but you're wondering if it's starting to cause some issues as a little bit of mistakes there, and we'll get the putback after a little bit of confusion on the Eagles side of the basketball. So now they'll take over, try to refresh after that unfortunate mistake. Now getting double teamed once again, Pauken at the top of the key, but a foul will be called. So now the team's at 2 apiece in this second quarter.
Gaw and Clow playing some feisty defense at the top of that 2-3 zone.
Walker in the middle, going to heave it up from the top of the paint, and that's not going to go Walker's way, and looks like we got Measles tripped up. Recovers quickly, and the Eagles settle back into their defense. Going left corner, heaving over the top of 2 Eagles defenders. That one's going to fall off the right side of the rim. The putback is successful. The Rams finding momentum on offense.
Got to box out. Got to grab a rebound if we want to keep this big lead.
Still getting semi-double teamed is Pauken. He's had issues dealing with this pressure as the Rams are really trying to be aggressive to get back into this game. Nice pass underneath to DeLong, who will bounce it off the glass and reward Pauken for the nice pass.
Those top 2 defenders are overextending and playing very aggressively. The Eagles want to keep finding guys coming to the free throw line area and hitting them in the middle right there to open up this defense.
Eagles once again settling a little bit more discipline. Now things starting to open up for the Rams. Massive gap out on the corner. 3-point is up, but unsuccessful. They're going to take a second shot at it. This one also a no-go. Can the Eagles get the rebound this time? No. Oh, but they're going to say that it goes out after the fight for the ball. So only thing the Eagles is not going their way that we've preached over and over so far is getting those rebounds. Besides that, the Eagles have played a very solid game.
A couple lost Rams players on a couple plays, resulting in some wide-open layups. But, yeah, other than that, mostly just boxing out and grabbing rebounds, which that one on Walker was a long board. Oh, my goodness.
What a behind-the-back pass there from Scoggins. And was that DeLong who finished it? I didn't even catch
Walker
it. That was
with the behind-the-back pass.
See, I got so messed up in the head just watching that. I couldn't even believe what was happening. What a play there from Walker. Bouncing it underneath defense, but unsuccessful from Walker on the other side.
Kason Shadrick got to cut off that baseline. Giffey was able to get around him and get straight to the bucket right there.
Pauken loses a defender at first, but he's got 2 on him. Now Shadrick loses control of the ball. It'll stay inbounds on the fast break. Eagles have 3 defenders underneath. No look pass out to the left corner. Shadrick jumps too early. Now they'll go over the top from the mid-range. Gonna get the rebound. Now go right side from the 3. That one is not gonna go the Rams' way either. Now fighting on the ground for the ball. It's gonna be jump ball, and it's gonna stay Rams ball. Another chance to score here before the end of the quarter, and they need to desperately. Nearly full substitution here for the Eagles. I believe that was 3 or 4 subbing in. So new
Crane,
look.
Howard, and Baker in for the Eagles.
Starting at the top of the key, 30 seconds left in the quarter. Gets underneath, weaving through the defenders. What a play there by the Rams. Opening things up big time.
Great move by Clow right there.
Howard passes it over. Looking at the deep 3, and he'll pass it right to him. Unfortunate pass there for Walker. Now 16 seconds left. Rams with another chance to score before the end of the half, building up some momentum. Crane there close on the defense, forcing the Rams out near the half-court line. Now they'll go left side. They've got 4 seconds. They got to make something happen. He's going to shoot it. Got some open space. Not going to go the Rams' way. So a little bit of chaos there to end the second quarter, but things starting to open up for the Rams a little bit, but Eagles staying disciplined with a massive offensive output in this first half. We will go into halftime. We will be back in just a few minutes. Your Eagles up against the Rams 43-29.
back here?
Yes. Welcome back into Buren County High School, ladies and gentlemen. I am Cade Simmons, joined by Kason Sullivan. You're watching Buren County basketball on the Eagle Network. Your Eagles currently up 43-29 after a very successful offensive half for the Eagles, highlighted by scoring outputs by DeLong with 12, Scoggins with 8, and Shadrick with 9. So it's been very successful so far for the Eagles on the offensive side of the ball. Kason, what do you think the Eagles need to do to close out this game?
Just play consistently better on the defensive end. They're playing fine on the offensive end right now. Actually better than fine, but they got to play better on the defensive end. This should be over a 20-point lead right now.
Let's see if the Eagles can extend it to that as Sullivan starts at the top of the key to start the second half. Scoggins going to the middle. DeLong for 3. DeLong's 3 is an air ball, but they'll hand it off to Mooneyham. He'll kick it right back to Shadrick. Shadrick will now go corner 3. Shadrick won't get it. Mooneyham with the rebound. Scoggins looking around, kicks it over to DeLong. DeLong now has some space, but he's going to kick it over to Shadrick. Shadrick with another 3 attempt. This one off the front of the rim. Mooneyham with another rebound. That one won't go. Fighting for the ball. Scoggins now. Oh, my goodness. How many chances does it take to score? I don't know. I'll give the Eagles credit on that one. At least they were rebounding better, but you got to execute when you have shots like that.
So much good and so much bad for the Eagles on that possession.
So now can the Rams capitalize on their first offensive possession of the second half? 3-point is up. Not going to go. They'll get their own rebound. Now Mooneyham fighting for it. Going to rip it free. Going to be called a jump ball. So it will be Eagles basketball. So Eagles seeming a little bit more conservative on both the offensive and defensive side to start out the quarter. Slowing things down majorly as Sullivan takes his time crossing half court. Mooneyham cutting back door. Now 2 Eagles go left side. Now he will move over to the left. Shadrick will replace him in the center. Shadrick with not much space. Now we'll go back to Sullivan. Eagles not much movement right now on the offensive side of the ball. Mooneyham now will go. Now they'll open it up. DeLong with a 3. DeLong another air ball. Unfortunate streak there for DeLong. Now they'll go fast break, weaving through traffic. Gonna roll into the basket. Rams open up the scoring in the second half.
Weston Clown, nice move to the basket right there, and the lead is cut to 12.
Scoggins will go with a 3, trying to make that a 15-point lead, but won't get the basket. DeLong now will get rejected close to the rim. Rams opening up with a nice stretch to start this half. Going up underneath, and it'll get rejected off the glass.
Boom goes the dynamite. Shadrick with a nice block.
DeLong with the putback, and he will get it. DeLong is the leading scorer for the Eagles, and I believe of the game. He is in a fight with Jiffy for that title, but he's got 14 points currently. Now going left side, shot up. Another air ball. Both teams struggling to shoot in this quarter so far. Now Sullivan going to weave his way through. Going to get fouled hard, so I believe that will be called a shooting foul. No, it will not. So Eagles will throw it in here in just a minute. Already 2 minutes elapsed in the third quarter, excuse me. Dong with a little bit of space will get around to his defender, now kicking it back out. Gonna try his own way. Now it's Scoggins from 3. Another missed 3 for the Eagles. Mooneyham unable to get it back to his teammates.
Mooneyham, great hustle play. Couldn't get it in, but he was hustling right there, playing hard.
Yeah, you got to give Mooneyham credit right now. He is one of the main reasons the Eagles are not on a major losing streak in the start of the second half, because he's playing with so much energy right now, especially on the defense side of the ball, getting all sorts of rebounds and just being disruptive down low. Rams
Eagles getting out of that 2-3 zone into a 1-3-1 zone here.
Rams slowing things down. 3 Eagles defenders in the area. They'll poke it free now on the ground, and jump ball going to be called. So it will stay Rams basketball. Both teams bunching up now. They'll spread out just a little bit. 4 Eagles close to the baseline. Now losing his footing, but getting a hold of the ball are the Rams. Kicking it back out, top of the key. Puts it up near the free throw line. That one's going to rim out. And they're going to say it's going to stay Rams basketball. So another opportunity for the Rams here, allowing them to linger around at the start of this third quarter.
Close call right there. They gave it to the Rams. Eagles got a box out, as we've been preaching.
Looking around, not many options right now. Now he'll get it over to his teammate. Two Eagles defenders in the area, Sullivan and Scoggins. Looping it around the defenders, now going around the world. 3-point, no good. DeLong now breaking ahead of his opponents. It's a 2-on-1. Now the Rams get some help, but DeLong finishes outside the rim. Nice basket there from DeLong, and he just continues to offensively execute for the Eagles. He's got all 4 of the Eagles' points in this quarter.
That was a great move. Great pass fake to open it up a little bit and then finish the layup.
Just going to loft one over the top. Rams going with a lot of quick, sharp passes. Now another bullet over to the left side. Going to heave one up. Right corner, no good. Eagles fight for it, and they get it. Scoggins with the tough rebound. Scoggins now has some help, but he'll do it on a ball by himself. Big man makes a big play for the Eagles. But the Rams looking to execute on the other side, and they will. The Rams seem to have an answer for everything the Eagles are throwing at them at the start of this quarter. Can they close the gap is the main question. No-look pass over to Scoggins. Now goes to Shattuck. Shattuck has an open 3. Shattuck will make that 3. Kaysen Shattuck with his 4th 3 of the game gives him 12 points.
Death, taxes, and Kaysen Shattuck shooting 3s.
DeLong nearly gets a piece of that one. I think he did, but the Rams made hold of it, and they will capitalize on the defensive misalignment with their own 3. The Rams continue to answer blow for blow with the Eagles.
Jacob Agee on that 3-point shot.
Sullivan eyeing up the defense. Eagles now moving around. Will send Shattuck right side. Now will kick it back. Sullivan gets the screen, dumps it off, takes it back, gets it over the man. Going to lay it up from the mid-range, and it will roll into the basket. Sullivan joins the scoring party. 4 Eagles have already scored in this third quarter.
That possession ended with points, but Coach Sullivan was frustrated right then because we didn't look at Eli Scoggins with a wide-open seal right under the basket.
Loses control of the ball momentarily there. 3 Eagles defenders in the area. Tough heave. A little bit of miscommunication there. One player thought that it was going to him when it was really trying to go right underneath the basket, and will result in the Rams having to start fresh. Few substitutions here on both sides. Measles and Walker checking in for your Van Buren County Eagles. 3 minutes left in the third quarter.
Owens and Clow checking in. Owens and Gaw checking in for the Rams.
Rams bounce it over. Measles in the area. Now he'll shoot over the top of Measles. That one won't fall. And Measles just has the length to make that shot difficult regardless of the situation. But it will stay Rams basketball. So the Rams just continue to get offensive opportunities. But eventually they're going to have to find a way to start putting the ball in the basket down 18. You only have so much time left in the game. Fights inside, now has to go back out. Eagles playing tough defense. Going to lay one up.
Great box out by Walker.
Walker takes hold of the ball after that box out. Now here comes Sullivan. Sullivan loses control of the ball. Here comes the fast break. 2 Eagles look to close the gap. And Sullivan will close that gap. Nice chase down there to prevent the easy bucket.
Got his pocket pick, but he hustled back like Will Levis throwing a pick 6 to prevent the catastrophe.
And that's what you like to see in good players like Sullivan, is just that you realize that you messed up and now you got to go out and put in double the effort to make sure that doesn't cost your team. Now here comes the rebound once again from Walker. He has already came in just the past few minutes and made a massive impact. Floating one over the top. Sullivan has a defender in his face. Can he get free of it? Just heaves one up. Not a very clean basket. And it will stay Eagles basketball, however. Sullivan got stuck in between a rock and a hard place on that one. So Walker searching around, doesn't have much help. Will go right corner to Sullivan. Sullivan going to get rejected. Another tough basket for Sullivan. Scoggins not happy with his teammate on that one. And they'll lay it up. Now here comes Scoggins getting the rebound. He's crossing the court. Here comes Scoggins trucking his way underneath, and the blocking foul will get called. So that's already 2, I believe, actually might be 3 fouls, and it was called a shooting foul, So here comes Scoggins to the line to potentially get 2 more for the Eagles. First one in for Scoggins. He is 2 for 2 on the day. 3 for 3 on the day.
And that's great. One great thing about having a player like Scoggins on your team, when the offense is not playing great, even though they are right now, you got a player like Scoggins who can get to the basket whenever you really need him to.
Look at the bullet pass underneath. Unable to execute, though. Measles gets the rebound afterwards. Brilliant pass, but just doesn't lead to the points. Sullivan now weaving through traffic. No-look pass to Measles. Measles now kicks it over. Here comes Walker with all sorts of space. Not going to be able to get it to go. Rattles out of the rim. 1 minute, 27 left in the third. Bullet pass, left side. Here comes the shot. No good. Measles now takes it. Teams going back and forth with the defensive efforts. Walker gets underneath his man now. He'll kick it back out. Measles got space. Now it'll go over to Crane. Back over to Measles. Measles has space over the top. He will try to capitalize on that. Unable to get the basket.
Had some space right there, but you want to get squared up before taking a shot like that.
So both teams in a little bit of a scoring drought right now, but if you're the Eagles, you're not necessarily complaining about that one. Of course, you always want to execute, but you've got a 20-point lead. If no one's scoring, it's all right. There's a big score for the Rams with the deep three from the right corner.
Stevens, not necessarily a three-point threat, but you never want to play defense with your hands down like Ty Measles was right then.
So now we have a 16-point game. You still got to make sure you close the door firmly if you're the Eagles, with just under 30 seconds around it now left in this quarter. Pass over the top. It's to Crane, and Crane finishes after the brilliant pass from Scoggins.
Great play right there.
We've got 19 seconds left in the quarter. Looks like the Rams will be trying to take the last basket of this quarter. Scoggins closing the gap. Calls for the ball ignored. Now looking around, has a teammate. 3 defenders in the air, but they'll finish it anyways. They got 5 seconds left. They got to move quickly if they want to get this basket. Walker's just going to heave one up, and that one's going to go off the right side of the rim. So a very interesting and very quick quarter for both teams. A little bit of struggle offensively, and then a back and forth on the defense, and the transition leads to a unique game position where you could really see anything going any way. I could see the Eagles getting a blowout here. I could see the Rams making a comeback. I could see things staying exactly as they are. It just really comes down to these teams to figure out where this destiny will take them as we go into the fourth quarter, Kason.
Oh, absolutely. If you're the Eagles, you want to play better on defense. You want to get back to some consistent offense and box out and grab rebounds, and you should have this game in the bag. If you're the Rams, you want to start capitalizing on some of these easy shots that they've just not been able to convert on.
Once again, we want to thank our brilliant sponsors, one of those being the Hitch Outfitters, to bring you today's action. The Hitch Outfitters is a proud sponsor of the Eagle Network with locations in Sparta, Cookeville, and McMinnville. The Hitch is your local retailer for all your outdoor clothing and gear needs. Thank you to the Hitch Outfitters for supporting Buren County High School basketball and the Eagle Network, and for bringing you tonight's action as we approach a very interesting fourth quarter where the Eagles look to move to 3-0 on the season and continue this hot start that they have had.
Eagles exceeding expectations so far this season.
Yeah, I every year, especially in Van Buren County, I know it's the truth for all high school teams, but it's not necessarily a diss at the younger squad. But you just always wonder, will that translation of talent be able to continue? Eagles have had a proud history. Have had multiple sub-state and state appearances, and they always like to continue that. So you always worry, is this next generation going to step up? But Coach Sullivan's really the type of coach that's always able to make those teams step up to the next level when they need to, and so far that has been the case this year. Start of the fourth quarter, DeLong at the top of the key trying to get it over to Walker, unable to. Howard will kick it over. Now he'll get it back. DeLong loses control of the ball, but Walker with the awareness to keep hold of it. Now Pauken looking around. Gets the bounce pass to DeLong. Not much for the Eagles right now. The Rams really making it difficult on the defensive end. And they'll finally get the steal. Howard and Pauken trying to close the gap.
Pauken, great defense.
Unbelievable steal from Pauken. Can Walker capitalize? It'll go back out to Pauken. 4-3. Gonna fall off. Mooneyham with the rebound. Put back. No good. So despite the incredible defense by Pauken on the transition, Eagles still walk away with a net 0 gain.
That's those type of possessions that you just walk away feeling bad about not converting on.
Rebound after the 3 from DeLong. Here comes Pauken and the Eagles offense. Pauken kicks it over. Mooneyham has a little bit of space. Now he'll kick it back. Kind of stuck in the mud here on the left side, and it's going to bounce off of the referee and go the other way. 6:41 left in the fourth quarter. No fouls so far If you're just joining us, Eagles up 16 in the first game of the Brady's Printing Classic.
No points so far, a minute and a half into this fourth quarter.
Howard trying to close the defense. Now we'll get some help from Pocken. Mooneyham gets a hand on it, but it'll stay Rams basketball, and DeLong will just tip it out of bounds.
That's good active defense right there.
And especially if you're at this point in the game when you have a 16-point lead, active defense is one of the key things to shut that door that we talked about. Just going to shoot over the top of Howard. Unsuccessful. Nice rebound there. Mooneyham tips it over to Howard. Howard getting corralled on the right side of the court. Now bullet pass over to Walker. Walker going behind the back. Now to go back to DeLong. Here comes the open three. That one's a little bit short of its objective. Mooneyham loses his footing fighting for the ball. Rams going the other way. Mooneyham closing the gap. Here comes Howard on the defense. Rams unable to finish the basket. Under 6 minutes now. Here we go. Walker passes back to Pocken. Rams spread out, so do the Eagles. Both teams slowing down here for just a moment. Now DeLong trying to jump into action, but not much there. Eagles trying to play disciplined basketball. Pocken gets the step on his defender, but is unable to translate it into points, and Howard loses control of the ball just a moment. Eagles still unable to get anything on this possession. Here comes Pocken. Now he's got a little bit of space, but now he'll go back out to DeLong. DeLong has the gap, and it'll get rejected. Can they get the ball back? And it's going to be Eagles basketball after all that. So a very long possession continues for the Eagles.
DeLong might want to use a ball fake on that. He got absolutely rejected on that shot attempt.
So here comes Baker. I believe that's the first time he's checked into the game for the Eagles. Eagles have a lot of options on both sides of the basketball, and Baker is certainly one of them. He'll try to set the screen there for Pocken. Unsuccessful. He'll fill that gap on the left side. Howard going one-on-one. Bounce pass inside. DeLong getting stuck in a hard place. He gets it away to Pocken. Pocken fakes the three, keeps his pivot foot on the ground, so this Eagles possession will continue. There goes another foul, and it looks like the Eagles are starting in a way to just try to run the clock and stay disciplined.
Nothing wrong with that with the way this game has been so far. We're over 3 minutes into this fourth quarter, and still no points scored by either team.
We will see if that changes. Pocken gets it away to Howard. Howard gets underneath. Mooneyham, shot up, no good. So the Rams now finally have their chance to score in this fourth quarter. The question is, will they? Nice pass, right side, can't close the gap, but the shot is short. Put back is good, and finally the points the Rams so desperately need are there. Makes it a 14-point game.
Foster Johnson gets the offensive rebound and strikes first in the quarter.
And timeout is going to be called by Coach Sullivan of the Eagles. So now we've got just around half of this fourth quarter left in this Eagles versus Rams basketball game. So as Kaysen mentioned earlier, this is the first year of a new format for the Eagles. Usually they do a Christmas tournament classic. Now they're doing a Thanksgiving tournament classic. And, you know, as a former player, Kaysen, you know, what type of advantages do you think that provides you getting a tournament early on like this?
There's alternation each year between the girls and boys going to Christmas tournaments. So I think it's just good to have something different. They'll get a little more time off, a little more time to work on some stuff. Maybe if they've had some miscues in games, stuff they haven't executed as well as they would have liked to. They got a few weeks there to just get together and figure it out. And it's just a good time to evaluate where they're at and improve on what they've seen so far.
Absolutely. I can 100% see that and love hearing that insight as a former player. Eagles get the ball back, and you can really tell that they have looked to park the bus with these last few possessions, not making many offensive moves, staying very focused, just trying not to turn the ball over. Now they're getting pressed near half court. Scoggins will jump inside. Now we'll kick it back out to Sullivan. So we've got 4 minutes left, and the Eagles will look to run down just about as much of that as they can. And you can't really blame them when they have commanded this game the entirety of the way.
Coach Sullivan absolutely in that huddle said, well, that's not what you want right there. A turnover by Scoggins.
And Scoggins unable to get the defense there, unable to get the tracking down block. So it will be a 12-point game, 3.5 minutes left. So Eagles still going to just play getaway with this game. Measles stuck in the corner. Tough defense against him. Now he will look around. The ball will get tipped, but Sullivan will corral it.
Eagles don't want to turn it over anymore. Don't want to shoot anything too quickly. Just want to shoot a wide open layup if it's there. Other than that, they just want to play keep away and just take this game to the buzzer. 2
defenders, and now yet another turnover against the Eagles. Eagles will get a hard foul, and Rams player will go down. Hopefully he is all right. First foul by the Eagles in this quarter, and the Rams will be heading to the line here in just a moment.
That was a good foul to prevent some points right there. Go make him earn it at the line. But still, these Eagles don't want to turn it over at this point in the game. Rams are already cutting into that deficit.
First free throw will rim out for Claw. So second one coming up here with just 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and they desperately need these points. Not going to get that one, but they will get the rebound after the missed free throw. Now chaos ensues. 3 defenders in the area. Scoggins rips it free, and that could be a dagger that the Eagles desperately needed to close out this game. They get the ball back, and they look to control. Scoggins getting free of his man, weaving through traffic. Now he's going to go underneath. Foul is called. So he will be heading to the line, looking to expand on this lead a little bit, get the Eagles a little bit more comfortable. You never know. There are some very solid three-point shooters on this Rams team, so you want to make sure that all opportunity is closed.
Absolutely, and with the way these Eagles have played these past few possessions, a little shaky, turning it over a couple times, not grabbing a rebound on the free throw. They want as many points, as big of a cushion as they can have.
And he will go 2 for 2 there. And Kaysen, correct me if I'm wrong, are those the first 2 points of the Eagles in this fourth quarter?
They absolutely are, Cade Simmons.
That is crazy, but that shows you just how much the Eagles have tried to focus on the defense here in this fourth quarter. And it's been effective for the most part, although the Rams will get the bucket there. So now it's a 12-point game.
If I had to guess, I would say 60 to 70% of the Rams' points have come off second chance attempts, and Dustin Sullivan, Coach Sullivan, absolutely not going to be happy with that at the conclusion of this game.
Yeah, if you're the Eagles and if you're Coach Sullivan, I think the two biggest things to look at is those second chance opportunities and those turnovers. Turnovers originally were a problem for the Rams in this game, but now they've kind of become an Eagles problem. So you're definitely going to want to fix those up before you continue into this tournament on Friday and Saturday. Make sure to join us on Friday and Saturday as the Eagles take on the rest of this tournament. As for now, 2 minutes left in this game. Eagles still holding a 12-point lead. Sullivan holding on to it. Now he'll go into action. It'll go over to Baker, and Eagles still controlling the game. No fouls being committed by the Rams. Now they'll jump in action a little bit, pressuring Scoggins. Scoggins going to go up the middle. 2 defenders in the area. He'll fake at the basket, and now they'll just keep it and put it back out. Sullivan has a little bit of space. Now he'll just weave around the top of the court. Eagles doing a fantastic job holding out this game. Not a very popular strategy for a lot of spectators, as Measles will go in and get the basket. First field goal of the game of the fourth quarter. Not a very popular strategy for a lot of people, but I mean, when there's no shot clock in high school basketball, and especially when you control the games as much as the Eagles have, you can't really blame them.
Oh, absolutely. You use whatever rules you have at your advantage, and that's one of them. One thing interesting I'm in favor of, I'm sure a lot of people are, I know Coach Sullivan is the addition of a shot clock to the high school basketball game.
Yeah, prevent situations like this where I still think the Eagles would win this game regardless, but you know, you hate to see 4 minutes of just parking the bus, but when the Eagles have that option, that might occur. 30 seconds left. Hard collision we just saw there. So the Rams take over, 14-point lead, and this game is all but over. So as we wrap up here, just want to say this has been, you know, we've seen a lot of mistakes by the Eagles, but what you like to see in good teams is, you know, that they can make a lot of mistakes and still win a game by double digits. That shows that there's a lot of talent on this team and that overall they have the sound fundamentals. The biggest thing is, if you're one of those teams that can make a lot of mistakes and win, you got to make sure that you do clean up those mistakes against big-time teams. And, you know, make sure that you can win those hard games on your schedule.
Oh, absolutely. The Eagles got a couple stiff matchups coming up with Clark Range and Livingston Academy, a AAA matchup. So they're going to have to adjust, and they're going to have to just play overall better going into those 2 games over these next couple of days.
But for now, the Eagles will take a rest as 5 seconds left on the clock. Eagles will take a rest, wrap up this game, celebrate their victories, and move on to the next one in this Brady's Printing Classic. Your Eagles take home a nice victory, 61-47. For Kason Sullivan and the rest of the Eagle Network, thankful for tonight's broadcast. Been a great experience, and we hope to see y'all on Friday and Saturday as the Eagles take on Clark Range and Livingston Academy. Kason, overall, any other final thoughts about this game?
Good win. Great to get a win. Could play a little better, but, best thing, finish with more points than the other team had, and that's what they did.
Absolutely. Your final here from Buren County High School. Your Eagles win it 61-47. For the Eagle Network, I'm Cade Simmons saying goodnight.